going to be showing you how to set up Octoprint on a Raspberry Pi, using the Pi camera also for time lapses. This basically helps you have more control over your 3D printer, so I'm hoping this works pretty good. I haven't done it before, so I'll try my best to get this to be a decent video, but we'll see, because I recently got a 3D printer, and I'm also using a new camera, so I'm hoping that the quality's better. I'll set these right here. But yeah, so this should be a better quality video. I'm using the Sony ZV-1 and the Ender 3 V2 3D printer. So I'm going to show you how to set up and install Octoprint, and hopefully I can get some good time lapses. Okay, so now we are at Octoprint's website. It's octoprint.org. And I'm on the download page, so what you want to do is download the latest version, which is 0.18 in my case. So I'm going to go ahead and download that. And now that we have this, you're going to want to make sure that you have a program called Etcher installed. I'll leave a link to all the sites in the description. So now all we do once this is downloaded is we write it to our SD card, and I will show you the next steps now. Okay, so now you want to extract Octopi, and you want to go and open up Etcher, which I have here, and I'm going to flash from File, click Open, and I can close this now. Now I'm going to select my target, which is my drive. You can use minimum 16 gigs, but you want a little bit of a larger drive if you're going to be doing time lapses so you can save your videos on them, so I'm using 128. I'm going to hit select and go ahead and click flash and continue. And sorry if it disappeared for a second, that was had to allow me to flash my card, but this can take a while. I will be back once it is finished flashing and I can go on to the next steps. Alright, so now that it is done flashing, we can close this, and you're going to want to open up your drive. So it will be called boot, as you can see here. And you're going to want to find this file here that says octopi-wpa-supplement.txt. And you're going to want to edit this to basically put your network information, but you want to make sure it stays a text document. So I'm going to open with Notepad++. And alright, here we go. So this right here, I will full screen. But down here where it says SSID and stuff like that, so you're gonna want to get rid of these hashtags right here to unmark it. And you're gonna want to keep the quotes here, but right here you're gonna want to put the SSID of your Wi-Fi. So I'm going to use my extended network and type that in, which should be that. Just verifying on my phone. Yep. So then you put your password here, and I'm going to cut so you don't I'm just going to make a quick cut here, but I'm going to put my password and save the file. Alright, so now that that file is saved, we can go ahead and eject our card. And now I will head over to my printer. Alright, so now I have all of the parts. You're also going to want a micro USB cable. And what you want to do now is make sure you have your power supply connected. So I have mine right here, have it plugged in. So now take your micro SD card, slide it into the Raspberry Pi, and I'm not sure if this matters or not, but I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the printer. So now this is gonna be booting up, and what you want to do is right here there is a micro USB slot next to your SD card slot. So we're gonna go ahead and take this and just plug it in right there, and then take the other end. Sorry about the camera angles, I'm still getting used to learning this camera, but take this USB cable plug it into your Pi. And one thing I'm gonna do really quick is wire in my Raspberry Pi camera module. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the top of this off on my case. You can even print your own cases. If you're getting the camera though, definitely make sure you buy a replacement cable that is longer. So I'm going to undo this clip right here just by wiggling it out, and the ribbon cable comes out. And I'm going to open this one, slide this one out, unroll it, and now I'm going to take this and simply just slide it into here and then pop this back into place. So that should be good. It is now firmly attached, and I will hook it in real quick. I gotta be kind of precise, so I'm gonna stop recording for a second, but I will pop this in and I will be right back. Okay, so I got it wired up and I 3D printed a mount for it. So it will actually mount right here. So let me get this mounted. If it will mount. It's a little finicky. There, I'm gonna try this. Hold on, I'll be back once I get this mounted. Okay, so after some troubleshooting, I got the camera mounted on a swivel. So I'm gonna have it face this way, I think. It's a little loose. I'll worry about that later once I get this powered up. So now you can go ahead, take your Raspberry Pi, plug it in, and give it power. And now once this boots up, we will go back to our computer and log into the Raspberry Pi and continue its setup. Alright, so now we are on our desktop, and we are going to want to go to http:// and then the IP of your Raspberry Pi. You can do octoprint.local if your computer supports Bonjour as a service, but if you're on PC, you just type the IP, and you can easily find this from your Wi-Fi router. You just go onto it and log on and check your client list. But go ahead and click enter, and it will load up. So we're going to go ahead and go through the startup wizard. So we're going to go ahead and click next. And we don't have a backup file because this is brand new. So it says we can configure an account, says which is now mandatory. Please set up a username and password for the initial administrator account, who will have full access to both the printer, voice crack, and Octoprint's settings. So I'm going to go ahead and run through this real quick and click next. So I'm going to cut this out. Alright, so now that we got that done, configure anonymous usage tracking, says provides valuable insights, what versions Octoprint is out there, whether they're successfully completing jobs and all that. I'm going to disable it personally and click next. Okay, so now it says configure connectivity check. It says if the connectivity check is enabled, Octoprint will regularly check if it's connected to the internet. This is useful to prevent all that stuff. So we're going to go through this. Check every 15 minutes to check. It says pre-configured with Google. So we can, we can enable that so it can check if it's connected. Click next. Now plugin list. Says protect against known server issues with certain versions. I'm gonna go ahead and hold on. Please decide whether to allow or fetch centralized. I'm not quite sure what this does, but I am going to just click next for now. Okay. I'm gonna just click enable. Click next. Okay, so printer profile. Gonna go ahead and set this up. So I have I'm just gonna name it Ender 3 V2. I'll do this for that too. Ender 3 V2. print bed and volume. Origin. I'm gonna go ahead and put on all my printer settings and I'll be back. Okay, so I put in my print stuff like that. And now I'm gonna go ahead and click next. Says never leave your printer running completely unattended. Never make your Octoprint instance available for everyone on the internet. And so we can go ahead and click finish. And I can control the printer. So here's the webcam stream. It should be loading up. Webcam not loaded. Might not correctly. Webcam. I'll go ahead and fix this and I'll be back. So problem was I had the ribbon cable connected incorrectly, so I just flipped it around and now we are good. You can see my print bed right here. So there's an update. I'm not gonna do that yet, but yeah, there's a terminal you have access to. Time lapse you can do. So time lapse mode, I'm gonna do. Can't change this, but yeah, you can do time lapses here. Temperature control. You can control this too. So if I want to move the bed, I can move all that. So yeah. That's pretty much it. I can upload files here to print as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to run a time lapse and see how it goes. All right, so I'm gonna install a time lapse plugin. So you go to settings, plugin manager, get more, and I'd searched for Octolapse, which I'm gonna install. Wait for that to go through. All right, so that is installed. I'm gonna go ahead and click close, and I'm gonna restart to get it fully installed. I'm gonna run updates too. And once this is done, I will restart and I will be back. Alright, so I'm restarted and now you will see a thing right here called Octolapse and we have to set it up. So I'm gonna add a printer and I'm just gonna enter 3v2 and it is by BreakReality and it is the Ender 3. Yes. Alright, customize. This allows you to make changes, but I'm not gonna do that. Automatic configuration. Click save. So this is already set up. It's gonna record in 60 FPS, and you can log errors, and it will be the default webcam. Yeah, so that should be about it. I'm gonna upload a file and see how it time lapses. Okay, so after troubleshooting, I think it should be ready to print. So I'm gonna go ahead and start the print, accept and continue. And it should start heating up and get ready to print and take pictures in here. So I'll be back once it's done and hopefully it works. Alright, so now it is printing. I got it recording right here. And should take about 3 hours or 3.5 hours, but over here we can see it in real time. You can see me standing there, and if I go to the time-lapse section or Octolapse section, you can see its snapshot counts and keep it updated. So I will be back once the time-lapse is complete, and hopefully it turns out well, and I will put it right here right now. So I'm hoping that those time lapses turned out pretty good. Not sure. I know that my Raspberry Pi camera was kind of out of focus. Had some issues setting that up, so I ended up actually using my Logitech webcam or whatever. So that should have made my last print a little bit clearer. I ended up printing out a pretty cool like wolf statue that's kind of like polygon shaped. I think that turned out pretty good. If it will focus, I'm not sure. Yeah, and I also printed out some mounts for my VR headsets that I will show you right now. Alright, so these right here are the mounts I have for my VR headsets. Here they are without anything mounted on them. And here they are with my headsets mounted on them. And I think it gives it a really good look, and definitely shows a use case for 3D printers. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And here's a close-up of the wolf statue I printed. I think this turned out pretty cool as well. But yeah, so I hope you found this video helpful, and I hope you learned something too. I know I did. This is my first time messing around with 3D printers, and it was pretty fun to set up. So if you enjoyed, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe. We're almost to 300 subscribers, which is crazy because it feels like only a month or two ago I was hitting 100. So thank you guys so much for the support. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, leave a comment. Love to hear from you guys, and thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.